Welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be going over EGLD. Are we about to get wrecked, or is this just the final drop until we blast to the upside? Let's find out. I'm going to start off on the 12-hour here. And so good news and bad news. So Bitcoin had a big dump. It looks like we had a long squeeze going on there. A bunch of longs got liquidated, and so it kind of plummeted in like 5 minutes. It just dropped massively, which took the whole market with it. You can see on the right-hand side here, we got a bunch of green going on today. We're going into the weekend, so who knows what's going to happen. It could be wild. The green's kind of good, but it's also expected because we did have such a drop that I do expect us to get some kind of relief from that drop. We're pulling way too far away from the 20 and the 50 up here, so we're going to have to come back and test that after this drop. And so let's see what we got going on the 12-hour. So last video, we're holding support on the retest of our triangle here. And Bitcoin dropped, so obviously EGLD dropped as well. We fell down, and the good news is we found perfect support on our upwards trend line here. So we are creating higher low, higher low, higher low, a new higher low. So that's pretty good. So if we can hold this, that's good news. I do expect us to, because of that massive drop we just had, I expect us to come back up at minimum to retest this trend line up here, which would also line up with testing the 20 EMA. They'd probably collide right there, possibly get some friction, come back down. For the bullish case, we'd break up after that. Hopefully the bullish case is going on because I am a pretty big bull. Not right now because we're in a bear market. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. We are in a bear market, in my opinion, until, for EGLD and for all crypto, but for EGLD, we are in a bear market until EGLD can get above the 50 EMA right here and break through this pink line of resistance, which was support. It fell through. But then we came back, support. This is on the weekly chart, so this is going to be really strong resistance. So until we can get above the 50 and this pink line are about $125, we are in a bear market on EGLD. Let's go back to the 12-hour. So the good news is we found support. Now I did change this line here to a channel because we're making a perfect channel here. We've been bouncing up, off the 50, down. Hitting the bottom of this channel, breaking up, off the 50, down. Finally broke through, but we couldn't make it to the top of the channel because it wasn't strong enough, came back down, held support. Went up, broke above the 50 and the 20. We were looking pretty good here. We found support on the 20. This is on the 12-hour chart. Couldn't make it much higher, and so that's when we kind of knew something was going on. I think I did say that the head and shoulders was here, and so I expected us to come right back down to the top of this trend line here to retest, which is what we did. And then Bitcoin dumped, so then we went further, and the next support line was right here, which is perfect. We did go through it for a wick, and we hit this 1272, which I always say that the 1272 I always find some kind of reaction. That's what we got. And another bad news here is on the RSI, we had this falling wedge, and we broke down out of the wedge, which is not a good thing, but we also didn't break through the red line down here, which is a good thing. So we did not break that low. We didn't even touch it, so that's good. We stayed just barely above it. And as you can see, we're starting to get a little bit of a relief. We'll see if we can continue up. I do believe we're going right back up to this around $56, $57 here in the next day or so. For the bullish case anyways. Also, the stochastic RSI just got a turnover as well, which is a good sign. But now we can stay bullish all we want to continue to go up. Now, if we did go up and we did have a massive move, and instead of if we got rejected, came back down, finally broke through, if we did make it through this triangle again, then I expect us to finally break out of this long-term resistance that we've had. This white line here is long-term resistance. If we can finally break out of this triangle, I do expect us to break out of here, probably get rejected right around $78, come back down, retest the top, and then make our move to the upside. If that happens, super bullish after that. But that hasn't happened yet, so keep your eye on that. Now, the bad news for bulls anyways, if you're a bear, this is the good news for you, is we did break back into this triangle. Now, here's what we need to be paying attention to. Are we going to be coming up and retesting up here, which I think is most likely? Yes, we are, in my opinion. But if we do not break through here, we get rejected off of the 20, we get rejected off this triangle, we're going down. And technically speaking, which is what we're doing here, that's a bear flag. So if we cannot, let's go to the daily so I can get a better line here. If we cannot break out of this triangle to the upside, that tells me we're in a bear flag. And this bear flag, this is a weekly bear flag here, which is even worse. So if we go to the weekly, yeah, I mean, it's like a perfect bear flag too. So bulls, be very cautious here. If this is a bear flag and we do not break above, we're going down. And look at this. We're going to hit the bottom of this almost perfectly. Look at that. So the bear flag would put us all the way down at $15, and that would not make me happy because I've got a pretty good, I got a pretty good stack of EGLD. So if I see us breaking down here, yeah, I'm not going to be too happy with that. We do see some support right here, right about roughly right there. So we do see some support. Maybe the bullish case scenario, because what's the time frame on here? October 17th of 2022. Maybe the bearish bullish scenario would be, this is a bear flag. We break down. We don't retest this line here, this trend line, which would be a good sign. We get support at $22, which is the support line, and then we make our way up. Not in a straight line, but you get what I'm saying here. If we can come down and not test this trend line, that means that the bulls are starting to get back into control because we didn't make it all the way down to where it should have gone. And also you can see that we are getting some sort of a double bottom on the stochastic here. We could possibly be getting a double bottom here on the weekly for the RSI. Now also pay attention to the RSI. Let me get in closer here. What I'd like to see on this weekly time frame, what I'd really like to see is this RSI come down, tap the yellow here, and then make its way up. That would be extremely bullish for EGLD. That's what I'd really like to see. So let's hope that that happens. But pay attention, bears, your target would be roughly $15 or $22, depending on how far we can make it down. Bulls, your target would be if we can break out of this triangle and have this not be a bear flag and get us up to at least $77. So keep your eye on that. If we get to 77, I'm bullish. If we drop below, let's just say $50 and hold and close a candle below $50 or around $50, then I'm super bearish. Pay attention to that. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. I'm not a financial advisor, just a dude on his computer. Talk to you later.